Hello and welcome to Embracing the Journey. If we've not met, my name is Whitney, and I just want to tell you a little bit of why we do Embracing the Journey. It's something that we started about a year ago, actually. April 20th, we celebrated 1 year.
Wow.
Yes. And this was just something that Todd and I felt like we wanted to do during the pandemic and just meet people where they are in their everyday life. And it's something that we've continued doing that we thought was just an extra way to, for you to see what's going on at public church or in our lives. And so today we get to talk to
Jade
and
Nolan.
Yes. And we're going to be talking about Crammers Corner.
Yes.
So we're super excited about that. If you're not sure what Crammers Corner is, totally okay. If you're a college student, we hope that you know what Crammers Corner is. It's something that we started, Jade, a while.
Yeah, 5, 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago. And it was something that we felt like we wanted to meet college students, again, where they were.
Right.
It's a theme, maybe.
Maybe.
And a way for us to be a public church was just to serve them in their in the finals season. Yeah. And so we had this building, and we were like, what can we do during finals during this building? Or with this building during finals, right?
Yeah.
And we decided that we would just open up our building and become like a huge living room and just a place that college students could just come study. Right. And so that's what we did. We added on feeding dinner really late at like 10 o'clock at night. We did breakfasts and soups one night. All of that was pre-COVID, right?
Right.
So post-COVID, or we're still in COVID, I guess, it looked a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're gonna talk about, just the why behind we did it, and some wins, and Nolan, who hasn't been a part of it for a long time, and get to hear from you and your heart for college students. So Jade,
yes,
why don't you kick us off of like how we came to plan this year's Crammers Corner?
Yes. So last semester we were able to, Nolan helped set up just serving some coffee at Lee's campus.
Yes, Nolan always in the coffee cup.
That it helped them get that fuel to keep studying for finals and stuff. But we wanted to do something, and we knew we didn't have a lot of time.
Right.
So we didn't feel good about having it totally inside like we normally did, just still with precautions and stuff, and wanting to honor the school's COVID precautions and guidelines and stuff. So we went outside, and it was awesome. And we were able to just do more of a take a break with us feel rather than stay forever and study. But some people were able to study. And so it was just a way to still serve the college students, but just in a little different way. And I don't know that it was better, but it was definitely needed, I think. It was really awesome.
So that was Thursday night, right?
Yes.
Thursday. And they're in finals right now, and they're about to finish. So it was a way for us just to love on them. Yeah. Nolan killed it in some volleyball.
Yes, he did.
Right?
We do our best.
Yes. Yeah, you got to have volleyball when you have college students.
Yeah.
So one thing, though, I love, Jade, is they were taking things home.
Yes.
It's something we hadn't thought about, of like taking food home.
Yes.
Right? So
that was a huge thing. That's something we always struggle with, is when we provide a food, it's like, what do you do with the leftovers?
Right.
So we had these brown bags that were in our annex forever. So we just got them out and started putting all the snacks and like leftover hamburgers and hot dogs in them for people to take. And it was really cool because several of the students mentioned their meal card was running out, or they didn't have groceries because they were about to leave. And that's something I never thought about.
Right.
So it was a really cool way to continue to provide for them and give them something to take on the road too.
Yeah. No, I love that. I thought that was a perspective I hadn't really thought of either. I was just thinking about their meal cards or like they're leaving this weekend, so I didn't want to buy a bunch of groceries, so I thought that was a cool way for, us to serve them and love on them, is to give them some snacks. So we had gluten-free options.
Yes, we did.
Stepped it up in the world. It was really great. Good job for that. So Nolan, you spend a lot of time with our college students, right? That wasn't really in your job description at first, right, when you came on, but you were so natural with college students and just how you pour in them and love in them. Can you share a little bit about just your heart and what you kind of do in the college ministry and how that's developed this year?
Yeah. So when I first started in ministry period, as a student director, I was a college student myself. So I was green. I was 21 years old. I had no clue what I was going to do. And so I knew that I needed college community. I knew that it was something that that was vital for my growth as a Christ follower.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, just the college ministries that I found were, hey, we do a pancake breakfast once a month, and they called that community.
Yeah.
And for me, that wasn't enough.
Right.
And so I wanted to develop a space for us to just be authentic, to be real, and to see. I had the unique opportunity of being that college student, and so I was able to see, hey, this is what I need.
Yeah.
And community was one of those things, and so that's why when we launched a college group, college nights, a year ago, I thought it was so great that we were able to sit down with college students and ask the question, hey, what do you need?
Yeah.
And so for them to come back and say, hey, we have a desire for community,
Right.
let's give them that.
Yeah.
And so I love coming alongside college students in whatever capacity that is. And so whether that's, hey, I need a cup of coffee. I love acts of service is my love language.
Right.
And so when anyone's like, hey, when I ask the question, hey, what do you need? And they say, this is what I need.
Yeah.
Let's give them that.
Right.
And so when college students came back and said, hey, we need community, let's do it. So
Right.
if that means, hey, you guys need a volleyball net to go to the beach, we've got one.
Yeah.
Take this one. Like,
Right.
go.
Right.
Hey, you need a meal. You need help moving some stuff.
Right.
You need whatever you need. Let me go do it.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And so I just have a huge heart of just helping college students be the best version of themselves as Christ followers.
Yeah.
And recognizing that, like, college ministry is a beautiful opportunity for us sending out. And so let's say they're here at Lee, or they're here at Cleveland State for 4 years,
Right.
and we get to build them up as Christ followers.
Right.
They're going to go out into the workforce. They're going
Right.
to go out to other churches, and they're going to be able to serve based on how we've served them here. And so if we can do that,
Yeah.
if we can come alongside and teach them how to grow as individuals, we've done our job.
Oh yeah, that's good. And I just think that, I mean, just to echo what you've said, just even just coming some on Sunday nights and just seeing like the real life community happening within the college students has been really cool. So if you're a college student and you're listening to this and you've not really been able to plug in yet, hey, there's a place for you, and you might be watching this or listening and you've been a part of it and you know what we're talking about. I just think Sunday nights, we've been doing stuff at 6-ish, and they kind of hang out, just play games, like whatever, from 6 to 7, and then they just dive into the word. And I love it because it's student led, right? So we have some students that are writing curriculum for that, and then they lead it. So like you literally just kind of like walk around and get to see life change happening. And I think that's really cool because they're owning what they need and what they want and reading scripture. And so I love what God is doing here through you and through just public church, reaching out to college students and just being able to meet them where they are. There's a theme here. We love to meet people where they are. That's what Jesus does to us, right? Yes. So I think it's always fun to like kind of list after an event maybe some wins, or if you want to share your findings, let's be real, be authentic. That's totally great too. So what would you guys say was some big wins from Crammers Corner this year?
Ken Lunn, I think,
Yes.
really, man, he was amazing.
And those were good hamburgers.
They were so good. Walmart did us right.
Yeah, I didn't have a hot dog, but they look good. My son enjoyed it. But
yes. But we can't do it without volunteers, and that was huge because I think it was a little bit scrambled trying to put it together, and it's a really busy time of year, but our volunteers were huge in helping us and just wanting to do whatever. But Ken, they're newer to our church, and he has lots of years of experience in life and with ministry, and he was just so content just grilling those burgers, and it was awesome. And I thought about you saying, like, you just love serving what people need. Like, you got him a coffee, you got me a coffee. I love that. Like, before it started, you saw that, and I was like, I will never turn down a cold brew. Like, so that was awesome too, just seeing that. But and just seeing the kids like being so grateful and telling you.
Absolutely.
I think sometimes college kids get a really bad reputation that they're just greedy and think about themselves, but they're sweet too, and they have hearts. And yes, I just loved hearing how thankful they were. It made me want to be like, take everything. What do you need?
Right.
But that was the wins for me.
Oh yeah, that's good. What about you, Nolan?
For me, it was cool to see that we've created an atmosphere where college students were comfortable coming when they need it.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
we had students who showed up and they were like, I can only hang out for 45 minutes because I have to get back to studying. And they were okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think of Keenan and his ability just to say, hey, I'm going to show up. I'm going to bring friends.
Yeah.
We're going to play for a little. We're going to take a break. And so they didn't feel married to the idea of like, hey, this event's from 6 to 8 or 5 to 8. I need to be there the whole time. But they honestly, they grabbed that vision of, hey, we want to come, take a break, take a study break. The calculus will still be there.
Right.
Ethics will still be there.
Yeah.
Let me just go and be a part of community.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was just a great picture to be able to stand back and watch.
Right.
Watch college students do that, and then just seeing again that those relationships build. And so watching students that a year ago didn't know each other's name, and now they go out to dinner every Sunday night afterwards, and just watching how those students get involved. And so I loved being able just to stand back and say, this is our ministry and work. Because those are the things that our college students need, and they're going to look back on and say, I remember those relationships. I don't remember whether or not I passed or failed that business exam, but I remember these friendships. And so for me, that's my heart for our college ministry, is that they would find lifelong friendships that are God-centered, that they can call on times of need, and that's what our heart is.
Right. It's so like what they had come to us with a year ago of like just wanting authenticity and wanted real life community, and that's what we're seeing form, and not because of us, but because of their initiative and what Jesus is doing in them and through them. So
and it's not ending. So if you're a college student and you're watching this or listening to this, and you're like, hey, I'm in the area. We had college students come to us and they're like, hey, what are we going to do now on Sunday nights when the semester's over? We're going to keep meeting. So email Jade or email me.
Jade at publicchurch.com.
And we will.
Nolan.
And so we will
at publicchurch.com.
At Public Church. We'll get you connected. We'll get you the information. And so it was just, again, our college students are like, hey, we're still going to be doing life together. So why not do life together with Jesus at the center? Why not do life together with Jesus there and continue this thing through a community group? That's a win. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, that's good. Awesome. So like you said, if you are local and you are coming back from Carson Newman or anywhere, we had some people from Belmont, UTC, UTK, like wherever. Maybe you went really far off and you're coming home. Plug in. Even if it's for 2 months, we'd love to connect with you. So I love that. Thank you for that little plug. That's one thing I wanted to share. Was like we're still meeting, we're still going. So we hope you enjoyed this time, and thank you guys. I think Crammers Corner is one of my favorite events. So fun. And it's definitely changed, and I've had to be okay with change because I definitely loved what we did before, but this was really cool. I loved the break idea, and I think that, like you said, that they enjoyed that too, of like just taking that mental break and knowing that they come to a place to take the mental break and go back. Because if you've experienced finals at all, you know that is extremely stressful and it is a lot. So it's just a way that we can love and serve. So
hopefully next year you'll get a Todd
omelet. That's right.
Those are for real.
That's right.
They really pump him up. So
he loves to make omelets, and it's quick. But it's not just any omelet. You can have vegetables, bacon, sausage. You make your own.
We have a system.
We do. We're hoping next year we can do it.
Even if it's outside, we'll make it work.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you back next week.
See ya.
Bye.